I love you with my heart, with my soul, with every fiber of my entire being. How are you feeling right now, beautiful soul? I was here chatting with a friend of mine the other day, and we were talking about human emotions, and we were laughing because we had this vision in our mind. We were saying that, you know, in the olden days when men and women used to go to battle, used to go to war, you know, with big swords and shields and bows and arrows and spears, and people would be on the battlefield, you know, and they'd be chopping each other's legs off, and they'd be stabbing each other, and there'd be blood and guts, and, you know, it would be fierce. And you'd walk onto the battlefield and you'd think, you know, am I actually going to come home tonight? You know, it's kind of touch and go, 50-50. There's just bodies and weapons everywhere, and people are swinging from the hills, just, you know, desperate to stay alive and defeat the enemy. And we were saying that, you know, actually dealing with human emotions and transcending duality and coming into this space where you could say that you're enlightened is actually a tougher process than going to war with your sword and your shield. You know, swinging, defending with your shield, battling against other human beings to save your town or your city, or to conquer another town or city. That seems a lot easier than going through this human battlefield where we're being dragged from pillar to posts. We're going into the office, we're on the train, on public transport, we're coming home to our families, people are arguing, there's wars, there's battles, there's all of this stuff going on around us. There's people doing crazy things on this planet. People are going to war, people are blowing themselves up on aeroplanes. There's all sorts of mad stuff. You know, the food that we eat, okay? The food that we eat is poisoned. We're having to go to the ends of the earth to find good quality homegrown produce from local farmers that haven't been sprayed with pesticide. We're constantly fighting, going up and down on this human journey, trying to weave our way through this fabric, through this reality that we call life, playing this crazy old game on this green and blue planet that we call Earth. It's a minefield. It's intense. Okay, there's people around you that are depressed, full of anxiety. There's people that are happy, there's people that are poor, there's people that are rich, there's people that are homeless. There's a magnitude of frequency bands all in the same space, pulling you from pillar to post, trying to take you out of your heart chakra, trying to take this force that's around you, this magnetic field, and diminish it and dampen it in some way, shape or form. So some kind of lower vibrational force can see you as a food source. But you have the power. You have the power to control your emotions. When you're on a battlefield and you're fighting for your life, there's adrenaline pumping through your body. You're in that fight or flight syndrome, in that state. When you're here on planet Earth, most people are in that flight or fight state also. They don't know whether they're coming or going. They're like a pinball in a pinball machine, bouncing around, waiting to go down that black hole at the end. But you can take yourself out of this. You can come into nature. You can meditate. You can do qigong. You can eat clean foods. The great thing about having a human brain and having a human mind and having a physical body is that you get to make choices. No one ever actually does anything to you. Not like on a real battlefield when someone can come up behind you and plunge you in the back with a hammer, or stab you with a sword, or hit you over the back of the shoulder with a sharp, heavy shield. No one's really going to do that in the real world. But what happens is people are arguing, or people are having emotional responses. And because we're living in our heads, there's a 0.25 second window between stimulus and response. And what happens is there's generally an ego reaction. There's generally a negative ego reaction where someone says something or does something, or you see something in your environment that you don't like and you react to it, and it takes you out of your heart center. When you start to meditate regularly life eventually becomes one constant meditation. We see it all the time in our meditation library. We've got thousands of members that meditate every single day in our meditation library, and the results that people experience are profound. Deep healing, deep emotional and physical healing. You can access this too by meditating. You can meditate in nature, you can meditate in your home, you can meditate in your office. Whilst I'm speaking to you right now, I'm actually meditating. Now that might sound a little bit crazy, but I'm not actually speaking to you. All I'm doing is observing myself in this physical body, speaking to a camera in the middle of Sedona, with my brother Trevor, who's behind the camera, just having this experience. You don't need to sit on the top of a mountain in white rags or under a tree to meditate. You can meditate whilst you're driving the car. Life can be one constant meditation, but you've got to take the action, and you've got to practice, and you've got to be disciplined enough to allow this to be a part of your human world, your human existence. You're so beautiful, you're so powerful, inside and out, and the universe never gives you anything you can't handle. But you've got to go within yourself to find this, to access this deep knowledge and wisdom, and to unlock your hearts, and to allow joy to be your default state when you wake up every single day. I love you, beautiful soul. Start to look in here, inside your cosmic hearts. Start to access the truth. You are the truth, so start living it. I love you unconditionally. I love you with my heart, with my soul, with every fiber of my entire being. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel now. Share these videos with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones. Together we really can make this world a much more harmonious place. You're awesome. Be awesome. Peace out, beautiful soul.